In a world where tensions between nations escalate, sometimes a single act can capture the world's attention. But what if that act was as over the top as it gets? Today, we dive into one of the most mind-blowing military shows of force the world has ever seen. Welcome to Operation Paul Bunyan. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Record Rift, where we explore the most bizarre and jaw-dropping moments in history. If you thought military operations were all about stealth, strategy, and precision, well, think again. Today, we're talking about Operation Paul Bunyan, one of the most extreme military demonstrations of force. A moment that combines both the absurd and the intense. Grab your popcorn, this is going to be wild. To understand just how over-the-top Operation Paul Bunyan was, we need to set the stage. The year is 1976. The Cold War is still raging, and tensions between North and South Korea are at an all-time high. But what really kicked things off was a brutal incident that took place at the Korean DMZ. On August 18, 1976, 2 U.S. soldiers were killed while attempting to cut down a tree. Not just any tree, mind you, this was a tree located in the DMZ, right in the middle of a tense standoff between the North and South. The soldiers, Lieutenant Mark Barrett and Second Lieutenant Arthur Boniface, were attacked by North Korean soldiers after trying to cut down a poplar tree that was blocking the view of U.S. forces. This wasn't just a simple tree-cutting operation. This was a standoff waiting to explode. After the incident, the U.S. was outraged, not just over the deaths of the soldiers, but at the blatant violation of international norms. So, what's the U.S. response to this? Well, they could have just sent in some diplomats or called for a few meetings. But instead, they decided to send a message, and they did it with Operation Paul Bunyan. Now, here's where it gets crazy. On August 21st, just 3 days after the killings, the U.S. military launched Operation Paul Bunyan, a military operation unlike anything seen before. Their mission? To cut down the same tree. But it wasn't the tree itself that was the point. It was the sheer spectacle that came with it. The operation was basically a show of force designed to demonstrate that the U.S. wasn't going to back down. They didn't just send in a few guys with chainsaws. No, this was an all-out display of military might. And finally, they cut down the tree. No hesitation, no second thoughts. They just made sure to obliterate the symbol of tension between the two sides. The act itself might seem simple, but the message? Loud and clear. So, what was the point of all this? Well, it wasn't just about cutting down a tree. It was about sending a message. The U.S. was ready to escalate and respond in kind, no matter how ridiculous the situation may seem. This wasn't a small-scale operation. This was a massive display of military strength right in the heart of one of the tensest places on Earth. All to cut down a tree. After the operation was completed, the U.S. left the DMZ, mission accomplished. The tree was gone, but the message had been sent, loud and clear. The United States was not backing down. Now, when you hear about Operation Paul Bunyan, you might think it's some sort of joke. But the fact is, it was a real military operation designed to show the world just how serious the U.S. was about its stance in the Korean conflict. Over the top? You bet. Ridiculous? Maybe. But effective? Absolutely. So, what do you think? Was Operation Paul Bunyan an excessive display of force, or a necessary move to make a statement in a time of extreme tension? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this story as mind-blowing as I did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Record Rift for more insane historical moments like this one.